blast off. Oh man. Speaking of blast off, did you get to watch the uh last SpaceX, the the biggin?
No,
Dude,
I live under a rock.
that that thing was badass, man. All
When
30,
was it? When did it
what
go
was it?
off?
Was it like a couple weeks? Was it 2 weeks ago or whatever? But
Yeah,
all 33 engines worked and it went off, man. It looked badass. But when it separated
yeah.
and just kept going, and then the I guess they call it stage two or whatever, when it separated, the bottom piece actually blew up,
Yeah.
but
Was it sup- was it
no,
supposed to? It wasn't
no,
supposed
it
to do
wasn't
that.
supposed to blow up, but
Okay.
it done blew up.
It blew up.
But the spacecraft in general
Yeah.
kept going for a while, and then
Okay.
it was heading towards its like its trajectory,
Uh-huh.
and it was going great, and then it went silent. But just seeing that thing shoot
Yeah.
off, it was badass, man. Like I didn't see it in person, but I watched
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
But that shit was fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
So you got to
I
give it.
always think that the launches, like anything that they launch from NASA, like the fact that we can see it if we walk outside, just living in
Oh
Florida, you
yeah,
can
I.
see that
It's
shit, and
so
you're just
cool.
like,
So
oh wow.
I'll get a notification on my phone, like
Yeah.
something's going to go off, and we'll go outside, and if you go out my house and go down the driveway and stand where my mailbox is, and then slightly turn to your right
Yeah.
and look to the just to the right of the tree, you'll see everything come up right
That's
there, and
freaking
it's a
cool.
giant orange glow. And the night we watched, I think it was one of the Falcon 9. Is that what
Uh-huh.
it is? We watched it. It was so clear outside that this rocket was going and going, and you can see the atmosphere like
Yeah.
coming over both
And
sides
you
of it.
can see all the
You
smoke
saw
and
all the
yeah.
separations, then you'll see the burn and everything, and I just watched it like
Yeah.
a pin in the sky just slowly disappear.
Disappear.
It was
It's
badass.
crazy that we can see
Oh yeah.
that distance and be able to see stuff like that happen. I think it's
Yeah.
really cool. I always used to well, I still do. I go outside even when I see the planes and stuff. Sometimes you'll see like that one little white streak. I'm like, "Oh, they're slowing down."
Yeah. My kids always think that the jet stream is like, oh, they must have shot rockets off. I'm like, no, that's
No,
from the
it's not all
jets.
the
Yeah,
time.
it's not all the time. Yeah.
It's not all the time.
Yeah. It's like, well, what's it for? I'm like, that's the jet stream from the planes.
Yeah.
It's almost like an exhaust for the planes. It,
Yeah.
it leaves that marking. I
Hmm.
said, but speaking of SpaceX and Elon Musk, did you see what happened with him?
I remember seeing a clip of oh my gosh, it had something to do with Twitter, and he literally just says, "Fuck them."
He, no, he was literally, fuck you,
Yeah.
fuck you.
It's just like, what?
So I
Why does it
guess
matter?
okay. So something was said on Twitter. He posted a tweet or something like that, anti-Semitic or whatever,
Yeah.
and some shit was said, and so all these companies started coming off of
Yeah.
advertising on Twitter.
Yeah.
So they're like, in some sense, he was like, "You're gonna try and bully me about you know what I mean, about
Yeah.
advertising, or
And making money.
blackmail me with advertising. So you're not gonna advertise with me. You're gonna kind of blackball me or whatever." And he's like,
Yeah.
"You know what?" He was on a fucking episode,
Yeah.
okay, and he's talking to the gentleman like the way you and I are here,
Yeah.
and he's like, "You know what? Fuck them. Fuck you. If you don't want to advertise with me, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's it. You know
It's
what I mean?
fine.
You're not
It's
going.
my
You're not going to
platform.
exactly. You're not
Yeah.
going to bully me and shit like that." So
What was the comment that was made?
I
Like,
I
I don't even know what was said.
I have no idea. We can look it up.
Okay.
Here, look it up
Because
here.
I believe that one of the things that he was standing for when he ended up taking over Twitter was the first thing is like people removing tweets and shit. He's like, no, it's free speech. If you're gonna post shit like that, it's gonna be posted, and that was the way that he had taken over Twitter. Isn't that how all that worked out? Was that the whole reason why he bought Twitter out was because of that? Because the the free speech was being censored.
Yeah, and that's one of the whole things. Like he's like, I'm not gonna, be like that.
Yeah.
You have the right to say what you want to say
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And he
I mean, you can't take shit like that back in real life. Like, how
no.
how are you going to sit there and take that shit off the internet?
Um, what's this here? Also, I don't know. There's so many different. Elon makes apology for anti-Semitic tweet, but crudely attacks advertisers, and shit like that. But basically what he said is, I don't want them to advertise. Musk said at the New York Times Deal Book Summit in New York, if someone is going to blackmail me with advertising money, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I mean, the man's right. I mean, you have a right to say what you free speech.
Yeah.
So, and I think he did get rid of a lot of people that worked there when he
Yeah.
bought that shit. But I just it's fucked up, man. Like the world, like you can't say anything anymore.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
so
whatever happened to the saying, if the shoe fits, wear it?
right.
Like,
People are so sensitive about everything nowadays. It is so much shit,
yeah.
fucking race, and oh my god, like we had spoke about this before. Kids today, man,
Yeah.
they're pussies.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I grew up in a generation where like if your feelings got hurt, oh well, you fucking get over it.
Yeah, you'll get over it.
It
You'll
is what it
find,
is.
you'll find a way to work it around. It's like, oh, okay,
You're,
well, you must have had a rough time growing up, so that's why you're taking it out on me. I
I'm,
feel sorry for you.
man, I grew up with Archie Bunker,
Yeah.
Fred Sanford,
Yeah.
From Sanford and Son,
Yeah.
Mr. Jefferson from the Jeffersons and shit like that. Some of the most racist fucking shows you could watch on television
Yeah.
that lasted for many, many years.
Yeah.
And kids and people today, man, they get so offended over
Yeah.
everything. But yeah, man. So Elon was like, "Go fuck yourself. I don't need your money."
Yeah.
Dude's got
He's got
tons.
his own money.
He is
Why?
money.
Why does he fucking care about anybody else's advertising money?
Put his face on a dollar bill. I keep it in my pocket. You know what I
Like
mean?
that. What was it? There's the fake Bill Clinton one.
Oh
He
yeah.
has like the whistle or something in his mouth.
I don't know if it's a whistle, but there was one. I think there was like a for sale sign in the yard and
Oh
some shit
my
like that. Yeah,
gosh.
it was like a $3 bill. Yeah.
Gosh.
Did you ever see that video?
I'll
There's
have to get my dad to take a picture of that because I know he has one. He has
yeah,
one with him on
I
it.
had one somewhere, so I don't know, but there was a gentleman who had a video a while back. This is a while ago,
Mm-hmm.
and he went into a Taco Bell to get some food,
Mm-hmm.
and he ordered off the dollar menu,
Uh-huh.
and he handed the person a $2 bill.
Like a legit $2
Yeah,
bill. It
legit
was a
$2
real
bill, a
$2
real
bill.
$2
Okay.
bill. And the person behind the counter was like, I can't take this. This is fake money.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And he's like, it's fake money. They're like, yeah, it's fake money. He's like, no, it's not. He's like, well, get your manager. And then the manager comes out and goes, sir, you can't pay with this. This is fake money. We're going to call the police on you. So the guy's like, fine, call the cops. So
Oh
the
my
cops came
God.
up and showed up all about this fucking $2 bill. These kids never saw a $2 bill before.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you don't want to pay for stuff with a $2 bill anyways, just because one, stuff like that happens, and two, it's worth some money.
Some of
There
them are.
aren't very
I
many that were printed. There, what is it, silver dollars?
silver certificates and
And
stuff like
yep,
that. Yeah.
yep,
I got a couple silver $5
because they're
certificates,
because they're
$2
worth
ones.
more than $5
Yeah.
now.
Some of them too. It depends on the ink. Like
Yep.
so, like the stamping on the front of them, green and red.
Yeah.
I believe the red ones are worth more than the greens and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But there was just a big thing on the news not too long ago on that $2 bills being worth a ton of fucking money.
Yeah.
There's shit out there that's worth tons of money.
Yeah.
There was
I remember there was a little old lady I used to sit with. Her name was Miss Lois. She was so funny.
Miss Lois.
She would go or make me take her to the bank. And I think it was like once a month she would go to the bank and they would have like new collector coins or something like that in. And she would purchase rolls of this shit. And they're like gold dollars.
Oh yeah.
Or yeah, she would buy all that stuff and she would have it in like a little treasure box. She would
I
hide
never
it
see.
in her
I never
in her
understood that
house.
shit. I never understood that shit. Like you'll see these infomercials on TV
Yeah.
where you can buy this U.S. mint coin.
Yeah.
It's $1. It's valued
There were
at
only
$1, but for limited supply, they're 24.99 a piece.
yeah.
But they're brand new coins. But the value of them is $1, and they don't
Yeah.
go up. They stay a
Exactly.
dollar.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's weird too. Like so, Susan B. Anthony's kids
Mhm.
probably don't even know what a fucking Susan B. Anthony coin is
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
That's $1,
Mhm.
but now it's little coins,
Yeah.
and then you had the 50-cent
Oh
pieces
my
with
god, those things
Kennedy.
are fucking huge. I still have some.
What, the 50-cent pieces?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
still have some.
What was it in Goonies? He's like, Martin Sheen. He's like, Martin Sheen. Well, he played Kennedy once. It's fucking 50-cent pieces, man.
That's
But yeah,
funny.
I remember pinball machines taking Susan B. Anthony's and 50-cent pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's back then too. Some pinball machines didn't go over 1 million. It was just the clicker inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just like the numbers, like the clock numbers, click, click,
Yep.
click, click, click.
They're all digital now.
Everything's
Well,
digital.
the mass majority of them
Yeah.
are digital.
But yeah, they're
There's actually a really cool place. It's oh god, I wish I could remember what it was called. There's two of them. It's a arcade place. They've got a whole bunch of like PlayStations and Xboxes and all this other shit. It's local. I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna tell you what it is.
okay.
But they have like an area that's nothing but fucking pinball
Is it in
machines.
Sanford?
Yes, I think so.
I think that's where Uncle Gene used to take Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would go out to
There's like a whole bunch
breakfast.
of blacklight art and
Yeah,
shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
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 no,
man.
that place is fucking
Dude,
cool.
blacklight art. So let me throw you back a little bit here, okay? So my mom and my dad were separated
Yeah.
when I was a kid, okay? And so my dad used to stay with my grandparents. So on the weekends he would pick us up, we'd go there, spend the weekend there.
Yeah.
And my dad was big into those old blacklight velvet posters.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
he had them up on his wall and shit like that, man. And I was just like, it was like the old Panther, like the Black Panther, and he had this fucking dragon one, man. And it's oh my
Did he
god.
have the like the trippy mushroom looking things that had the
No,
fairies and
no,
stuff in it
no. But
too?
I know that one. I
Yeah.
know that one. Yeah, man. But those things were fucking cool. I
Yeah.
believe that shit is actually making a comeback.
Yeah, no, there's actually an area in that arcade place,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm talking walls and ceiling. This is as you're going into where the bathroom area is.
Okay.
It's covered in all those blacklight posters that have there's like a whole bunch of monster ones like your Mars Attacks thing and Frankenstein and
Nice.
the wizard and all these other magical things, but it's floor to ceiling and it's so weird when you're standing in the center of it and you look up, it almost feels like the walls are
Yeah,
going
yeah,
up
yeah,
like
yeah.
this. And the freaking bathrooms in there, like you go inside, it's covered in blacklight art. It's freaking crazy. Like I walked into the bathroom and it was like I was walking into a dungeon.
That's when you
There's
can
all
see
these
all the
eyes
semen
looking at you.
stains.
Yeah.
You can see all the semen stains on the wall.
Oh
No, I'm
no.
just messing with you.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
But yeah.
But no, I think I know. I think I know. I've never been there, but I think I know that
You
spot.
should definitely go.
Yeah.
It's really
Well,
cool.
I guess it was last weekend. We took the kids out.
Yeah.
We went to a place over at the mall. For they have indoor go kart and
Was
stuff like
that
that. I think it's called
Elevate?
Elevate. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that place
So
is cool.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, man. So okay, I grew up arcade places. Go to arcade. There's a guy that walks around with an apron. You give him $1, you get 4 quarters, or he had a little
Yeah.
change dispenser on him. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You can give him a 10, he give you a roll of quarters. You know what I mean? You had a 5, he give you half roll of quarters.
Yeah.
You can't do that shit no more.
No.
Everything's on a fucking plastic credit
Yeah.
card.
Or
So
a little wristband or
yeah.
a watch or something like that.
So we went into this place and it was a nice place. They got indoor electric go-karts and shit like
Yeah, they
that.
got bowling and
Yeah,
stuff like
and
that
they
too.
I think it's like 8 or 10 lanes of bowling they got
Yeah.
in there. But so I go up to the counter and I'm like, yeah, I said we had to sign a waiver. Okay. I said, I have to sign a waiver
Yeah.
just to play video games. Well, in order to get the card to get the credits on there to play the games. I'm like, you're kidding me. Well, my son, he wanted to ride a go-kart. And I was like,
Yeah.
all right. So we ended up having to do a waiver anyway. But yeah, man. So it's just like you can't just walk up and put money into a game and play and win tickets. You
Yeah.
have to go up to a counter with a bunch of kids who are running the joint and wait in line for 20 minutes because they're yapping behind the counter because they're not paying attention to what they're doing.
Yep.
And it's just like, Jesus Christ, man, what happened to the time when you could go into an arcade and look for the dude with the apron? You know what I mean? And
Like,
get,
hey, I'm here. Can I
yeah,
have my quarters?
man, but yeah, but it was fun though. The kids had a blast and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, I just, and it's, it's funny you were saying black lights. There was certain areas in there too that were lit up with black lights
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
They have the, oh my gosh, what is it? The virtual simulators or whatever, where they have you like strapped in.
I didn't see those.
It's in the very far back. It's in the
Yeah.
very far back. Of course, you have to sign a waiver for that one too. And you have to set yourself up in a line in order to be able to go in. It's like a virtual line or whatever.
Oh,
And they
okay.
just let hey, your time's, come to play. But they literally have you strapped into this little area. It's like a big circle, and they have you
Hmm.
strapped onto it. And I think you've got like these special sliding shoes or whatever that you have to, or things that you have to put over your shoes, because you can actually run in this thing. So
Yeah.
you've got the little controllers in your hand, and you have the VR headset on,
Right.
and you're fucking running like this.
No
And
shit.
I've seen some videos of people where they're like freaking the fuck out. They're looking like, I guess they must be playing a horror game or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the guy's like walking, and he's walking real slow, and then you see him turn real quick, and he starts running the opposite direction.
Do you ever
What
see
the
the one where the
fuck?
dude's like he's, I don't know if he was doing like some type of boxing game, and he's throwing hands
Yeah.
and he's swinging, right, and then he turns around like the right hook, and his
Yeah.
sister's standing there and he just
Oh
clocks
my
his
god.
sister.
See that
Holy shit.
that's why they have to have the little people cages.
I'm telling you, man. It's
Put
funny
them in
because
a little
my
hamster wheel.
yeah, my kids have an Oculus,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and you'll see them every now and then. Like Johnny's like, "Can I play this?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Just do it in the kitchen or something because there's a little bit more room." And
Yeah.
it's so funny because you'll see him stand there and he puts his hands out and he makes his circle
Yeah.
like it's his area that he can play in,
Yeah.
And I'll be in the living room and then all of a sudden you'll hear ching, and I'm like, you hear, "Ow!" I'm like, what the fuck? I
What'd
hit
you
the
do?
table, or I did this, or I punched the wall, because he's like he set it up, but it's so close to everything,
Oh
and
my
like
gosh.
he'll walk into some shit. But yeah, man. So many years ago,
Yeah.
my mom and my stepfather used to own virtual simulators.
Yeah.
They were like these little blue space shuttles. So you've seen Star Trek and Enterprise and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So the shuttles that leave Enterprise and whatnot that take you in. So picture one of those, okay?
Mhm.
Dark blue with white thick pinstriping down it.
Yeah.
Okay. The doors open up to the top, you know what I mean, like almost like a Lamborghini style
Yeah.
door opens up. Well, there's 3 rows in that and it would hold up to 12 people. Had a
Yeah.
6 foot laser screen in the front,
Mhm.
and then it was fully simulated, man. It would go in all directions.
Yeah.
But so the biggest thing they had was these two, which were slot car boogie,
Mhm.
and they had an outer space roller coaster.
Yeah.
So, and it was so cool because my stepfather, he hooked a microphone up inside of these so you can hear the excitement of
Yeah.
people freaking out and screaming on them and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And he used to guarantee people, he's like, "Man, if you don't like this ride, I'll give you back your money." And they're
Yeah.
like, "All right, bet." So these people would go up inside this ride, and if you sat in the back, you felt the most
Yeah.
of the ride. And man, they would be screaming their fucking heads off, man.
Yeah.
And he would just be dying laughing outside. And then when it stopped, right, you'd be like, all right, all right. You hear them inside
Uh-huh.
because you can hear it on the PA
Yeah.
outside. Like, all right, tell them it sucked. And they would come out and they'd be like, "Dude, that ride sucked." He's like, "Dude, everybody out here just heard you screaming like a little bitch inside, like, But yeah, but it was a
Hey, that's a way to keep people honest. Like,
oh
they're like,
yeah,
"Oh man,
but it
nobody's gonna know."
yeah, but it was such a fucking cool ride, man, because like you felt it, especially the slot car boogie. You actually would you were racing another car and you were nose to
Ah,
nose,
yeah,
okay? And then like you had the Christmas tree lights in the front, which drop from red to yellow and then boom, green,
yeah,
and then you would go. But it was so cool because like the motion of the simulator when you're inside and you're staring at the screen, you can feel the vibration of like the motor. And
yeah,
then as it started revving the rear tires, it felt like the ass end would lift up and you would
yep,
just take off. It was cool as shit, man. But
yeah.
yeah, they owned that machine was a $500,000.
Jeez,
Yeah, and they had
that's
two of
fucking
them.
crazy.
They had two of them at one time. But
Wow.
yeah, it was crazy. They used to have one here in Florida, downtown Orlando,
Yeah.
and it was at Church Street Station. And then
Okay.
they had one on the boardwalk in Wildwood, New Jersey. But that's what Dean, my stepfather used to do. He used to, install those for companies and stuff like that.
That's
But yeah,
cool.
he ended up, him and my mom owned one for, well, two of them for a good while.
That's
But yeah,
awesome.
man, they were nuts. But that shit's huge now, man. So there was Mark Zuckerberg,
Uh-huh.
it's Meta, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So he did a podcast with Lex Friedman
Mhm.
through like an Oculus, like a 3D. That podcast was nuts.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it's super like the I guess like the way they scanned them and stuff like that, and then like they have these. It's like you're standing right in front of this other person having this conversation, and it's what do they call those characters like
Avatars?
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah.
avatars, but they're so real, like the movement of the face, the eye blinkage, everything. Like
That's so
it's
creepy.
fucking trippy. But yeah, Lex Friedman, uh, his podcast is phenomenal, and
Yeah.
he's like a Joe Rogan, man. He talks to so many great people and stuff. But yeah, that one he did with um Mark Zuckerberg was wild as shit, man. It was
Yeah.
super super cool, and just the avatars were so dead on. It was just like holy shit, and that's how life is, man. People get sucked into these things now, and they're just
Yep.
going nuts.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Unbelievable.
It's what it uh it's like being stuck in the Matrix.
It rem- what was that movie with what's his name, Butler, Gamer. Did you ever see Gamer?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, where like you want a job and you go and you work in this game and it's like your whole body shuts off, and
Yep.
some dude, like that dude was controlling that chick, and it was just like, oh my god, man,
Mm.
fucking
I think
crazy shit.
they did a what was it, a Black Mirror episode that was kind of similar to that, but it was these two guys, they were like best friends,
Hmm.
right? And in order to be able to play this particular game, they had to like it's some kind of implant or whatever, but it's basically like virtual reality.
Yeah.
So the guy gets in there and he's in his as his character and everything, and he's dressed up as a dude and he's a guy, and then his friend is a chick,
Oh,
and they're talking to each other and they're like, are we gonna fight or what, and blah 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 blah. And then the guy was telling him, he was like, look, I'm telling you, you can feel absolutely everything that happens in this game. And then they start,
nuh-uh.
yeah. And then they make it a regular thing. And then home dude's wife finds out about it. And he's like, this is wrong. I shouldn't be doing this, blah, blah, blah. Well, they ended up working a deal out. And I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like every once in a while he would be able to play this game with his best friend that he still hangs out with in real life,
Oh,
and his wife gets to go out and do
whatever she
whatever
wants.
she wants. And I'm like,
And what
what?
what is this?
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror.
There's a lot of god, there's a lot of fucking weird ass shit that happens on that show. It kind of reminds me of the Twilight Zone.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, man.
but it's a more modern, updated version of it.
Yeah.
Another one that's kind of like that is what is it? Love, Death and Robots.
Mm,
That's another one that you should definitely watch. Those two are they're fucking crazy. Now the Love, Death, and Robots is, you never see the same type of animation in it more than once,
really?
or it'll be more like uh actual people, or it's all a whole bunch of different types of animation that are done in that particular one. Black Mirror is uh like real life people.
Okay.
Yeah. Um but those two like shows are freaking awesome. Like if you want to see some real mind fucky shit that's
Yeah.
kind of like what Twilight Zone used to do. That's the new.
Damn. That's some
Yeah.
weird. Yeah.
It's
That's
weird shit.
fuck, man. What is the world? But that's the way the world's going now,
Yeah.
man. That's we're gonna. I guarantee we'll probably get to a point in life where half the population does this shit from home,
Yeah.
work wise, and
Yeah.
like you're not gonna have to. I mean, they have the technology now, to where you can use controls
Yeah.
to operate.
Yeah.
You
Like
know?
specialists that can't necessarily travel
Yeah.
all that much. They can
But
literally work a
man,
robot. But could you imagine the fucking internet lagging? You're getting fucking heart surgery and it's just like
dude. Uh, uh,
every
uh,
second is like your life here.
but yeah, I mean that shit's nuts, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's holy fucking the bandwidth drops, and like
Yep.
you're like, yeah, flatlined. Man,
They're
fuck
like,
the
shit. Oh my God.
holy shit, man.
He's dying.
So, but yeah, man, like it's crazy, like, but that's the truth, and I believe Elon Musk was talking about some stuff like that too, to where they're trying to develop something, or it's in development, something that where where we'll all be able to be linked together in some sense.
What is it that he called his internet for everybody?
What?
Was it Skynet,
No,
Skylink or
Skylink,
something?
yeah,
It's
Skynet.
too
Dun, dun,
close to
dun, dun.
Skynet. It's too close. What if
Telling you,
Elon Musk is the Terminator?
man.
He could be the Terminator.
get
Come
to
with
the
me if you want to
get to the
live.
rocket.
Get to the rocket now.
Get to the SpaceX rocket.
Oh my God.
Dude, I honestly, I love Elon Musk. I
Yeah.
think he's just what the fucking world needed.
Yeah.
He's so ready. You know what I mean? The whole, like, I really hope that I get to witness some seriously cool shit
Yeah.
in the
In
next.
the next few years.
I'm almost 50. So, the average lifespan for a man nowadays, God only knows, but I guarantee
Yeah.
they're going to be able to reverse aging soon.
Yeah.
And if that works, I want to see some cool shit
Yeah.
happen before I die, man.
Yeah.
I would love to still be around when we start colonizing Mars,
Yeah.
and I think that right there will be phenomenal. There's a video of a time lapse thing you can watch online of the possibility of how it would look to time
Oh,
lapse.
that would be cool to fucking watch.
It is.
Yeah.
It's really, really neat, and it's just like, man, you want to see this shit happen, man.
Yeah.
Start seeing 3D printing done on another planet, making structures and
Well, I
facilities.
mean, they do shit like that with concrete houses in
Yeah,
some area. They literally 3D print the
yeah.
fucking
Well,
house.
in this video, it talks about how they are able to use the like the ground, like all the shit on Mars, and be
Yeah.
able to get it figured out to where they can actually start making structures
Yeah.
and shit, man, which is fucking
That's
cool.
really fucking cool.
Yeah, yeah. But it's just
Do you ever remember oh my God, what the Mars rover?
yeah.
And how it's like literally the robotic version of somebody who has ADHD and bad task management.
No.
So there's it has a command control procedure where it's supposed to be going through and dedicating itself to doing certain tasks.
Right.
So it's literally like you're going into your room and you're going to get your phone, but you notice, oh, I have
Squirrel.
laundry right here
Yeah.
and I need to grab this laundry and put it in the wash. And then you go take the laundry and you put it in the wash and you realize, oh, I forgot my phone. So you leave the laundry in the wash and you go back into your room to go grab your phone. This is literally what the Mars rover was doing,
Oh my God.
because it was like, I need to take pictures of this stuff. Oh, there's a rock here. I need to take a sample. It would be in the middle of taking a sample and be like, wait, I have to take a picture of this stuff.
Do
Like,
you ever
this
see
is me. I am the Mars
you
rover running around doing this shit.
you watch The Big Bang?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Howard Wolowitz is like hooking up with that chick, and he's like, "Come on, baby, I'll take you. I'll show you how to drive the Mars rover."
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? And he gets it stuck on fucking Mars and shit
Oh
like that,
my
but it ends up
god.
finding like potential life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man.
That's how it happens.
I'm telling you,
It's
man.
because the rover forgot its phone and
Yeah.
then left the laundry.
But Elon, man, like, okay, so Cybertrucks are rolling out now.
Yeah, yeah.
Those things are
Yeah.
badass. I know I just saw a video which was super fucking cool. It's a bunch of robots.
Mhm.
One's holding a Tommy gun and it shoots the truck and
What?
stuff like that. Yeah. And what else is it? There is oh, Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Elon did a podcast with Joe Rogan,
Yeah.
and so they shot a fucking bow and arrow at his truck, and it barely made a fucking dent. It
Yeah.
destroyed the broadhead on
Oh,
the arrow,
wow.
but yeah, man, like he
That's
shot that.
crazy.
It made it like maybe a tiny little indentation dent, but that was it, man. But yeah, the truck's bulletproof. Yeah,
That's fucking
45
crazy.
caliber, bulletproof.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
You can even get the glass bulletproof too if you want, but you can't roll down the windows.
Oh, well,
you
yeah,
know?
no. Have you ever there was a well, my sister's boyfriend's dad was basically working as security for
Mhm.
like the higher ups at like 5-star generals and shit like that
Yeah,
when I was younger. And he showed us what it looked like to like be in one of those armored vehicles.
and get shot at.
No, no, no. Like, so you could
He's like,
see,
"Here,
like,
kids, get in.
no, like
Look at boom, boom, boom."
when you looked at the fucking glass, it literally looked like you were looking through grandpa's glasses that make his eyeballs look like they're this fucking big,
Right.
because everybody else is teeny tiny.
Yeah.
And you're looking through it. I'm like, how do people fucking drive? How do you drive?
Yeah.
That doesn't
I
make any sense.
it's crazy too because I had a friend of mine growing up. Her dad worked at the naval base in
Yeah.
Philadelphia, which was down on the river,
Yeah.
and I know apparently anytime he got a new vehicle, it would go in to be bulletproofed
Yeah.
because of the type of job he did. He had such type of clearance, like his shit would get.
Yeah.
They would bulletproof his vehicle, man. It was crazy. But like, well, Dad, where's your vehicle? Oh, it's yeah, they got to do things to it,
Yep.
and shit like that. But it's crazy, man.
Have to have the armor.
I'm telling you. But
Have
that's
to have
cyber.
it. No.
So the Cybertruck is out. It looks badass. I like the Cybertruck. I don't know what your opinion.
I haven't seen it. I haven't
It's
seen
it's
it.
it's
So
it's fucking cool looking.
yeah.
It goes 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds.
But did they have a, oh my god, what was that? Who is that guy? Oh my god, no, I can't fucking remember his name.
Which
He was in a bunch of movies. He did a commercial where he was doing a splits on
who?
the
Jean
semi trucks.
Claude Van Damme.
Yes. Have they had that commercial yet?
No, no, no. But so so there's these videos you can watch them. They're badass. So Elon, they decide to put the Cybertruck to a test, right?
Yeah.
And so have you ever seen these truck pulls where they pull a trailer and it has this mechanical weight slider on the back, and as the truck moves along, the weight gets heavier as it gets, as they try and drag it and try and see how far they can drive up with this.
Okay.
So they did a bunch of different pickup trucks, okay?
Okay.
And they did the heaviest Ford, the F-350 on the
Mhm.
Ford end. and the Ford drug it, and it went so many feet. Well, when it came down to the fucking Cybertruck took it to the
Oh,
very end.
wow.
Then they did another video which was fucking super cool. So they raced a brand new Porsche 911, and he's like, "Here you go, and here's the video." And Elon's there, and they're showing the video and stuff, right? And they show the nose, you know, as the Christmas tree lights are getting going,
Yeah.
and the Porsche and the Cybertruck take off, and the fucking truck just goes, man. It just hauls ass, and it beats the Porsche 911.
How are you
And as
gonna
it's
get
coming
dusted
across,
by a fucking semi
but
truck, man?
here's the fucking best part. This is the best part. I fucking love you, Elon Musk. This is the best fucking part ever. He's like, but wait, there's more. And as they're showing the Cybertruck cross the finish line, it's pulling a fucking trailer with a Porsche 911 on it, man. And it just fucking, it just goes, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking cool.
That's fucking
But
crazy.
yeah, it's completely made out of steel,
Yeah.
you know, and it's neat. The buttons on the back, you push the button, the tailgate will come down. You push another button, and the cover rolls and stuff like that. And
Okay.
it has one huge giant wiper on the windshield. It's the largest piece of glass on an automobile.
Is it like just one big solid piece?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
And it is completely electric. There's 3 motors on it, you
Huh.
know, and but the crash tests for that thing were fucking killer too. So if you watch the crash test on these vehicles, they do them at like I think it was like 25 miles an hour where it bumps a
Yeah.
wall and it shows the damage. Then they bump up the speed and speed and speed and watch it just get demolished.
Yeah.
They did it at 140 miles an hour where they rammed it into a wall and it just boom. It
Yeah.
was fucking
And
cool as shit.
there's really no point in time that a truck should be going that
Right.
fast, but if it were to happen, they need to know what it
But
was that was going to happen.
it is a badass truck.
Yeah.
And I guess they're rolling them out now
Yeah.
to I guess pre orders and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But it's pretty fucking cool, man. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's steel, man. And
That's one thing that I miss about cars. I used to have an old 1960 Ford Falcon. Like old ass car,
you had
right?
a 60-foot
Yeah,
Falcon?
I have
I had a
had a
63.
1960. Yep, I had a 1960 Ford Falcon, and this car was like that. It was my baby. I mean, my dad
That's
worked on it, right? So, um, it was a solid body.
right.
So if anything fucking happened to it and it damaged the body,
It
it was fucked.
yeah.
So this fucking lady, I swear to God, I don't know how in the hell she didn't see this fucking car, because it's like driving a fucking yacht down the road. And it was old, like faded red. There's no way that you couldn't see this
But
fucking car.
those things were it was steel, man.
Yeah.
That's the greatest thing about
Yeah.
cars then.
And her car ended up getting fucking totaled
Oh, I
because
bet.
she pulled out in front of my dad, and she had, I think it was a brand new fucking Impala.
Oh yeah, plastic and
Yeah,
fucking
and it
fiberglass, man.
just fucking fucking fell apart. And my dad was the one that was driving the Falcon that day, and the woman gets out of the car and she comes she comes up to the window, because my dad was he went to go get his beer. That's all he wanted to do was go get his fucking beer. He gets she pulls up to him and she's like, "Are you okay?" Because she was able to get out of her car. His knees are all the way in the fucking dash because the seat had come loose.
Oh shit, the sliders.
The seat had come loose and like smashed his knees into the dash.
Oh my god.
And he's like, "Do I look oh fucking K?" It's like his knees are all busted up. He couldn't walk right for a few weeks. But
Oh
they ended up
man.
having to total out my car because you couldn't find the fucking radiators for those things
Yeah.
anymore. And what happened is that like her car was fucking demolished and my radiator had gotten smashed.
Radiator.
Yeah, the radiator. The radiator got smashed.
But
But I had to get rid of that.
yeah,
I was
those cars
so
were great.
sad.
I had a 63 Falcon.
Yeah.
This is it right here, guys, if you're watching the video.
Yay.
But it was I bought it and it was 5-speed,
Yeah.
you know, and that fucking car was awesome. And I was driving it one time and I was coming up I guess it was US 1 down in Titusville. and I'm fucking flying. You know, it's a 6-cylinder. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I'm fucking cruising, man. All of a sudden, I'm like, boom. And I'm just fucking bouncing all over. I'm like, what the fuck? I look in the rear view mirror and there it goes, just tumbling behind me. Cars behind me are swaying out of the way. My fucking drive shaft blew off, man.
Oh
So
my
I didn't even
God.
fucking stop. I just was like, man, I need to get to where I'm going and I just got to keep on coasting and then I'll just pull over. And it was so funny, man. Like I just fucking kept coasting and
Oh my
I coasted
gosh.
by this motorcycle club and it's where it died right there. And these guys were
Oh,
cool enough to help
wow.
me push it another 2 blocks to where I was going. But
Wow.
yeah, and then dude later on he's like, "Hey man, is Philly here?" And I'm like, I looked over at him. I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm over here." He's like, "Dude, I got your drive shaft in the back of the truck for you."
Oh
I was like,
my
"You're the fucking
gosh.
man, dude." I never even went back and got my drive shaft.
That's fucking
But yeah, dude,
crazy.
it just the U-bolts, man, that held it on, man,
Uh-huh.
fucking
They were just like,
they
nope.
snapped off, man, and it just fucking tumbled and just fucking rolled down. It was
Oh
you
my
see cars in the
gosh.
background, you know.
That's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
but yeah, I got it fixed and stuff like that. But that car was awesome, man. I ended up leaving it here when I moved to Michigan for a while and had it shipped up, and but man, that thing was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know me, I love my old cars too. So
Oh yeah.
anything that's got to do with the '50s and shit, like I
I
love all
think
my old
classic
cars.
cars are fucking,
Yeah.
they're so cool. And even like the old gangster ones.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
those are
yeah,
nice.
man. The
Those
old
are
Model
so
A's
nice.
and stuff like that. Yep.
Yeah.
It was just like, man, it's so funny. I believe there's a gentleman out in California who has actually a big collection of cars.
Yeah.
And when they do a lot of movies that are set in certain time periods, they actually reach out to him and he
Yeah.
brings them out and he puts them in his movies and shit like that.
From what I understand, you got to be careful with stuff like that too. You have to make sure that like in the contract when you read it, like your car is not being used for an action scene.
Yeah, right.
It's
I,
just in the background.
yeah.
Because if it's using an action scene and they fucking explode that shit, it's just like my fucking car.
Well,
My car.
what movie was it? There was a movie. Oh, it was Expendables.
Yeah.
The first one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Stallone went to the guys that own a custom place. I believe it was West Coast Customs or something like
Yeah.
that. He went to them and they designed his pickup truck. They made him 3 identical trucks.
Yeah.
They made him one that he could drive
Mm-hmm.
that's fully completely done. They did one that they made for like the stunt scene and one for green screen. So that's
Oh,
how they
okay.
did that, man. But yeah, he
Cool.
ended up doing that. But it's a badass truck too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, but yeah, I hate seeing like it's just like when you think back like the Dukes of Hazzard
Mm-hmm.
when they did all
How
those
many
fucking jump.
fucking cars did they go through?
Telling you, man. Oh shit. you know, but that's a bad rap that movie got too. The remake.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, Johnny Knoxville, and then it was Johnny Knoxville, Jessica Simpson,
I didn't think it
Willie
like I
Nelson.
watched it.
Willie Nelson played Uncle Jesse, which
Oh
was
my
great. Burt Reynolds played Boss Hogg,
yeah.
and so Johnny Knoxville was, I believe, Luke Duke and Stifler.
Yeah.
What's it? Jason Scott? Is that his name?
I just know him as Stifler.
Yeah, Stifler played Bo. Yeah, or Luke. What? Yeah. So, but yeah, that movie got a bad rap. It was funny as shit. I thought it
I
was
watched
stupid
it.
funny.
I watched it a long time ago.
Yeah.
I did think it was funny, but like it I haven't watched it again. Like
Yeah.
there's certain movies that you watch and you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
I watched it one time. It was pretty good. It's not something that I would watch over and over
Right.
again,
But
but
yeah, I enjoyed those movies, man. I thought it was
yeah.
stupid but funny. You know what I mean? It's just like one of those ones like you got to say you watched it.
Yeah.
So, and yeah,
You
I
have to at
actually own
least
it.
see
I'm
it.
sorry, I own it on DVD. Actually, it's on Blu-ray.
Oh my gosh. I got it with all the insider details from the directors and stuff.
I may have bought it back in the day when Blockbuster was still around.
Yeah.
It's
All
been.
they have from Blockbuster now is what they have a hotel and
I think that don't they still have the last video
uh,
store still?
that it's a hotel from
Hmm.
what I understand. They've turned it into a hotel.
I still have my Blockbuster card.
That's
I
crazy.
do.
What?
Yeah, I still have my Blockbuster
We
rental
still
card.
have some games that we bought from Blockbuster. Well,
Yeah,
excuse me, my mom still has the games that we bought from Blockbuster.
I
Some
got a
Nintendo 64 games.
like I told you, I have a huge DVD collection because I love movies and shit like that.
Yeah,
And so back then, when Blockbuster used to have, when they would all the new releases, when they when they would be over, they would put all those videos on sale, so like you
yeah,
could purchase them like pre-used or whatever for
and the
like
posters and shit too.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
like 5 for 20 and stuff like that. So I used to get all my movies, man. I would go in the Blockbuster, just I need this one, this one. It
yep,
was like looking for comic books when I was,
yeah,
I still do that now. I get my comic books delivered right to the house, so I
yeah.
just do that, instead of
Well, going into the stores, like even the store that's right down from us, was it? I think it's like called Acme Comics or
yeah,
something like
yeah,
that. There's just so much shit to look at
yeah.
that you can get lost.
I so comic book store for me growing up was like the shit. We had a comic book store on Fish Street in Alany. That's where I grew up in Philadelphia, Alany section. There was a little comic book store called Fat Jack's Comics, man, and that's where you wanted to go. And you walk in, and they had one long wall, and it was all the monthly new releases and stuff like that. And then they
Yeah.
had the boxes off to the back where you can go and go through previous issues and stuff that you needed. But everything was perfect, man. I remember going in there and buying my comics and then going and getting the sleeves and the cardboard inserts so I could put them all in and then tape them, seal them shut.
Yeah.
I have a huge collection at home, and my son's like, "Dad, can I?" I'm like, "No."
Do you have the Batman comic?
I have Batman
No,
comics.
I mean the Batman comic.
Which one?
The one where, so there are a bunch of parents that were buying this comic.
Hmm.
I ended up buying this comic because I was like, "There's no way."
Is it the
But they
sex one?
bought, no. He wasn't having sex. That wasn't what happened. But it was supposedly a full frontal. He had like just gotten out of the shower. He's out of his outfit and everything.
And his ding a ling
And
sling?
yeah, you can see it. And I'm sitting there. I was like, "There's no way that it can be that bad," because I I grew up the majority of my life in Europe. So
So you saw big
nudity
nudity.
was, it happened a lot over there. They had all the statues and all that
I
other
forgot
stuff.
about that.
And that particular comic, I looked at it. I was like, it's not like he's got a boner. I'm like,
She said boner, ladies and gentlemen. Boner.
I was like, nothing's going on. It's literally, he's barely even standing to the side like this, and I'm like, what the fuck? And
Fucking boner.
all these parents were buying these comics because they're buying them for their kids.
Yeah.
This is why you have to as a parent, look at what it is that you are buying for your kids. You really do,
So
because nobody knows when there's going to be a random bat dick in there.
hey, it's Gotham cock. You know?
Welcome to Cockamoo.
Oh my god. But yeah, I don't know. My kid asked me a couple of times for a couple different. I've given him certain ones, and I've ordered new stuff that I order. I put aside and stuff, but I actually stopped my subscription for a little while. But I have a huge collection. I have a lot of classic stuff, a lot of
Yeah.
classic X-Men, a lot of classic Batman stuff, Superman, big Flash collection and stuff like that. So, but there's so much out there, and there's
Mm-hmm.
just like I can't keep up with it. And every now and then I'll get on, like I'll fall into the rabbit hole of comic books,
Yes.
and then it's just like month after month after month, man. I'm getting my wife's like, what the hell keeps coming every couple of weeks? I'm like, my comic books,
I need my comic.
my stapler.
I need my stapler.
But yeah, and then my kid, I have certain collector ones, man, that don't get touched and
Yeah,
stuff like
that's
that.
the Batman one never gets
Yeah.
touched. 'Cause that was the only reason why I ended up
You
getting
got
that.
that
I was
shit framed next to your
no,
bed, don't you? Yeah, you do.
no.
Opened.
So I literally, because one
I
of the
got a
things that
picture
they
of
had
Bruce
said,
Wayne's
because
dick.
I went and I looked, because I'm not somebody that like buys a whole bunch of comics or anything like that. So I know, like with collector's items, because that is one of the ones they only printed so many of them.
Yeah.
And if you've got one, if you haven't like touched it or anything like that, well, of
Does
course
it
I
move
did.
to the
I literally
head
just like
of the?
went like this to look inside to see where it was. I was like, oh, that's not that bad. And then it closed it. That was it.
It moved to the head of the value.
Yeah.
It
If you keep it closed, the value goes up. But yeah,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
that shit was funny because it was a coworker of mine that ended up telling me. He was like, I bought 2 of them. I'm like, well, why did you buy 2? He was like, well, my wife keeps telling me that I need to get rid of the other one. I was like, well, I'll buy it. And I bought it, and I told Damone about it. He was just like, are you for real? I was like, yeah, this is the only comic book that has that in it. I was like, why not?
Yeah, so yeah, you have to watch what your kids read too, though.
Yes,
You know,
yes, definitely.
but I don't know. My son, he'll be 11. He's huge into the. We have this confrontation all the time. It's manga.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I call it manga.
Yeah.
He calls it
Well,
manga.
because you're an American, and
Yeah.
the way that we say something, if you
Yeah.
spell it out, it's
Yeah.
manga. But if you're saying it in Japanese, it's
Manga.
Manga.
Right. And so he's big into Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
And Naruto. And I call him Nerdto. and Just One. Is that the other?
One Piece?
One Piece.
Yeah,
just,
One
just
Piece.
One. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I'm a big fan of
Just
one.
Just
my
one.
favorite word when I'm
Just
at a
one.
bar. Just one more.
Just one.
Just
We're
one more.
good.
But yeah, so he's he reads those and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he's such a fan of those, and he draws them really good.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, so he's got his shit down. But right now he's on that Five Nights at Freddy kick still.
Yeah.
He's still kicking strong on that. So he's a streamer. He's got his own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
If you guys are out there and you want to tune in and watch his stuff on YouTube, it's Rage Cage. But so he's excited because I let him hook up his PlayStation and he can now record. I let him record his gaming.
Okay.
And he can upload it to his YouTube channel now.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh my God. He's like, this is a game changer.
Yeah.
He's like, I've been using my phone to record and blah, blah, blah. Because I bought him a tripod.
Oh, that's awesome.
So he's been like recording his TV and then,
the little streamer. That's so great.
So he's excited about that. I tell you what, man, his little shit is getting some views online.
Awesome.
He did one little video that had like almost 5,000 views.
That's
it's
cool.
a little short and stuff, and he's got a couple on there. Nice. So it's pretty.
Just make sure you tell him stay out of the comments.
Yeah.
Just stay out of the comments.
He got upset because somebody left a bad comment.
Oh, because they were being rude.
Yeah, they were just being rude, and he's freaking 10 years old, man. And I understand. I was like, buddy, I said, listen. Don't worry about that. It don't mean nothing.
They're just jealous.
And then
a lot of times people end up putting stuff like that in there because they themselves do not have the ability to go through and do the stuff that he does.
Speaking of which, like comments and shit. So I'm scrolling through fucking shorts videos. I don't know if it was Instagram or TikTok, but it was this lady and she popped her teeth in. Okay. She had her teeth out and she popped her teeth in. She's like, would you look at that? And she's pointing to like this nasty comment that was written by somebody. She's like, at least I'm me. I'm being me. This is who I am. And I'm being real. Where you are using a profile that I can't even click on and you have no picture and you're going to leave me a comment and blah, 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 blah. But that's how people do it, man. Everybody has something to say about something. Yep. Once again, it's free speech. You could say what you want, okay? But you can't take the shit to heart. It's a lot of these people, like you said, who leave these negative comments and the stupid bullshit.
It's a reflection of themselves.
It is, man.
And the only time that they're brave enough to fucking say something is when they're on the fucking internet.
That's what I call them. Keyboard toughies.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
it's real nice hiding behind that screen. You come say that to my fucking face. Go ahead. Come tell me right now what it is that you feel.
Put down the mouse and come outside. Let me
I am
show
here
you.
to pump you up.
I pick things up and put things down. But yeah, don't read the comments. But so, he got upset a little bit about it. And then he tried to reply back like, hey, I'm only such and such and this and that. And I was like, dude, don't even sweat it.
Yeah,
just
don't.
Boom, boom,
It's
boom.
not
just
worth your time.
So now
it's
he doesn't.
not worth your time
Yeah,
because that's all they're looking for.
Yeah, they're just looking for
a
attention.
response. They're looking for drama.
Yeah.
They can't regulate themselves emotionally, so they're looking for somebody else to
Sad.
do that. Sad.
Did your feelings
Oh,
get hurt?
cry.
I gotta
Oh,
go.
boo-hoo.
I gotta go hug a fucking puppy.
Hug a fucking cactus, you bitch.
Serious, man. Jesus Christ. Speaking of cactuses, did you see that video?
Hmm?
This Amazon driver
What?
was fucking delivering a package, and he went to put it down, and when he squatted down, he sat on a fucking cactus on this lady's porch.
God.
And he's like, no, this just didn't happen. No. And he's like, ow, no.
He was, I guarantee you, as soon as he got up and he had seen that cactus as he was walking up, he was thinking to himself, that looks like it hurts.
Yep. And then he fucking, his ass just smothered that bitch,
oh
man.
my God.
That's fucking funny. But yeah. Those fucking things hurt, man.
Yeah.
I've gotten stuck.
That's rough.
I've got, my mom used to have them when I was a kid growing up.
Were they the little
round ones,
yeah.
man, with all the little prickly things coming off them? Yeah.
Those things are fucking...
Yeah, they're like as bad as porcupines.
The very first time that I ever encountered a cactus was when I was little. And why they kept a fucking cactus at the doctor's office?
Oh, Christ.
For fucking kids? I will never fucking understand. So I'm sitting there and I'm one of those kids that, I got to touch everything. I got to touch everything. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking. My mom's, I guess reading a magazine or whatever. And I see the cactus. And it's got this cute little pink flower on the top of
I'm gonna touch it.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's fuzzy. Because that's what it looked like. It looked like it was fuzzy. And I go to touch it and I pricked my fucking finger. And I was just like,
oh man.
My mom's like, what are you doing? I told you not to touch anything. And I'm like,
hey, let me tell you something. I've been pricked with shit before, but nothing will ever compare to something that happened to me as a child. To this day, if I see those things, I still get the heebie-jeebies. So my mom used to crochet.
Yeah.
All right. And she used to make blankets all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And she would use sewing needles to sew certain strings.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she did this really nice blanket, and we had this blanket for many years. And then once this happened to me, I never touched that blanket again.
Oh, God.
But so she makes this blanket and she crochets it, and it turned out really nice. And I remember it clear as day. It was brown and tan, and the way she did it was dark brown around the edges, and then the insides were like tan, and then there was brown, like a window type thing, And I was sitting in the living room with her one day, and we were watching a movie, and I was sitting on the floor and stuff. And I was like, Mom, I'm cold. She's like, well, get the blanket off the chair. So I grabbed the blanket and I wrap it around me and I plop down. And as I sat down, I screamed bloody fucking murder. She left the sewing needle in it.
Oh, God.
And it fucking stuck me in the ass cheek backwards. Not the sharp end, the dull end.
Blunt end.
And I was like, no. I'm screaming, pull it out. She's like, what the fuck? And she pulls it out, and it's a fucking sewing needle.
Oh my
and it had to have been like
God.
fucking 2.5 inches long, man. And I'm like, fucking ass was bleeding.
Oh
my
God.
But to this, I never touched that blanket again. Never touched it.
I had PTSD from blankets.
Seriously, man. That's being
you never know when the blanket's gonna shank you.
getting pricked by something, man. Jesus crikey. But yeah, oh my God.
You were looking for something warm.
I was cold. I was watching a movie with my family, and I sit down and get stabbed in the ass.
Stabbed by the blanket.
Fucking crochet, man. I'm glad it wasn't like one of them fucking crochet needles.
Those things are sharp too if you're not careful.
Well, there's different ones.
Yeah.
You got the 2 needle ones, you know what I mean, where they use together,
for knitting,
or the other one where God, and it's got that little fucking hook in you, man. I'm gonna fucking stick that in your ass cheek. And
that one end on the crochet needle where you hook it, I mean, the hook's not super sharp, but that end that pokes out so you can get through.
Oh yeah,
is that thing's sharp.
So I got stuck in the ass with a sewing needle.
That thing said, fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep you warm.
Good Lord. Hey, at least it wasn't Batman's dick.
Oh, God.
God. So I was trying to get my kids into watching some classic cartoons.
Yeah.
That shit wasn't going nowhere.
Really?
Yeah. So
they're not into slapstick.
So we tried the Flintstones.
Yeah.
tried the Jetsons. We've got the Jetsons on DVD.
Yeah.
Okay. They weren't into it. I used to love Hanna-Barbera growing up. So,
Yeah.
Hanna-Barbera, especially when they did like the do you remember the races when they would bring all the
Oh,
cartoons
yes.
together,
Oh my
man?
gosh, I
And
freaking loved those. Those were
so
some
you
of
had
my
like,
favorites.
it was, I think it was like Shaggy's cousin who had the doom buggy,
Yes. Yep.
and then you had the
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know who you're talking
but
about.
oh my god, man, but I couldn't get them into those, man.
I
And then
freaking loved those growing up.
now they will watch Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
I'll put Tom and Jerry on, and but it's
Well,
Tom and Jerry's the shit,
it's
man.
it's the violence.
It is, man.
It's Tom and Jerry was the shit growing up.
Oh hell yeah,
Oh
man.
yeah.
So
I
like,
think what is it? The Flintstones and the Jetsons to me are more like cartoon sitcoms.
yeah, yeah. Well, the
So if they
Flintstones.
don't sit through like something like that, because
Mhm.
they even have sitcom like TV shows on Disney.
Yeah,
So if they don't like really watch those, then
yeah. Well, one of like for me, the Flintstones remind me. It's like the Honeymooners in some
yeah,
sense.
yeah,
You got Fred and Barney.
yeah,
It's like Ed Norton, Ralph Cramden. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So it's just it's funny shit like that. But yeah, so I tried, but they'll get into it for a little bit, but they're just like, this is dumb.
yeah.
I'm like, you guys don't know
You're like, whatever.
you don't know what real
You don't
cartoons are.
understand. You'll never understand.
But
See,
yeah,
but we were like that when we were younger, and we were telling our parents, "You don't understand me."
yeah. It's like I
And
told
then
my
now we're
kids.
telling our kids, "You don't understand me."
Well, my kid says to me the one day, he's like, "Well, what did you do when you ate breakfast, Dad?" I was like, "I read the cereal fucking box."
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
"What?" I was like,
They
"Yeah."
had games and
They
stuff
had
on the
shit on 'em.
back.
Fucking Captain Crunch always came out with something. Remember the baking soda submarine?
I think so.
Where like it was a little plastic submarine. It was in the cereal, and like you had to dig to the fucking
Oh
bottom,
yeah,
and
the
half the
toy that was
cereal,
in the box.
half the cereal would come out of the
Yeah.
fucking top of it, and you're digging down there, and you got it,
I
man.
used to always get in trouble because I was trying to we would get our new cereal boxes, and my
Yeah.
mom would sit there and tell me, "You can
Or
only have one box open."
yeah.
But my ass would go in there and try and open all the boxes so I could get the stuff out of the box.
Yeah, man. But yeah, like I mean, there was such cool shit. Man, I remember, I forget what cereal it was. It may have been Trix when I
Yeah.
was a kid, but they put a pair of 3D glasses in there, and everything on the back of the box was in the red and blue 3D. So you
Yeah.
needed
It
the
was either
glasses.
Twix or
Twix,
or
Trix,
fruit Twix. I'm thinking of candy right now. It was either Trix or Fruit Loops.
right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Because they had
man.
all the bright colors and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but man, like, and they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I used to read the
They
back of
had
the
the
cereal."
crosswords, and there was a
Yep.
game that you could
Oh
play.
yeah.
It was like even a little board game. You could even cut out your little pieces. It was almost like playing Candyland while you were playing or eating breakfast.
Man, those were good days, man. Kids today, they still don't know. They still don't know that
It's just
Batman had a
different.
dick. No.
You've been marinating in that suit all day.
These bat nuts.
Oh no. Seasoned with justice.
Oh man,
Oh my gosh.
I love Batman though,
Yeah.
especially when it was old Scooby Doo.
Wait, they did a crossover with
Oh yeah,
the
man.
Oh, I don't remember that episode.
Oh, that was a classic, man. Fucking Batman and Robin, were old
Yeah.
Scooby Doo.
Is it like oh my gosh. Adam West Batman?
It may have been. It
Yeah.
may have been. Yeah. But
I'm
I
telling
used to
you,
watch that
Adam
too.
West as Batman was
Oh, he was the greatest, man.
great.
Hell yeah.
All the bang, pow, just to hide the violence that was happening. I was just like that.
You remember who the Penguin was, right? You know who played the Penguin?
No.
It was Mickey from Rocky.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's freaking great.
Burgess Meredith.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Burgess Meredith was the shit. Dude, that was the greatest man ever. The fucking grumpy old men.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that movie?
Oh my gosh.
And
That's
then
one of my
Grumpier
favorite
Old-
movies.
I have it's
Grumpy Old Men and
the
Grumpier Old Men.
I keep that in my bedroom.
Yeah.
in the packet. What's like in the case on top of the DVD player, and it stays out all the time. Like if the wife and I get bored, man, we'll pop that in and
Yeah.
watch one of them. So you
This
got
is fucking
oh
hilarious.
yeah, you got John Lemon, you got Walter Matthau, Burgess Meredith, and it's just like he's just fucking hilarious in
Yeah.
that movie, man. And the outtakes at the end of the movie are the best because they
Yes.
show the little outtakes of him like being nasty talking
Yeah.
and shit. Like he's fucking great, man.
I don't know what it is about watching movies like that, but when you see the bloopers or the outtakes,
They're the best.
those are the best part. I'm like, why didn't you keep that in the fucking movie? That would have been great.
Yeah, that's man. Even like the movies where like they're being serious,
Yeah.
and then they show the blooper of them trying to be serious, and they can't hold the seriousness, and they're just fucking dying. That's the best, man.
Oh my
That is truly,
gosh.
truly the best. But yeah, man. So another
Who was
week's.
that who was that guy from oh fuck. Now I can't remember it. He was a scientist or like a science teacher from Breaking Bad. The
Oh yeah.
what is his name?
I forget his name, but he played Walter.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he did I think it was a skit with one of the guys from Key and Peele.
Uh huh.
And there was a part in there where they're trying to be serious, and the one guy's being super serious, like super super serious, and Walter just can't fucking hold it together.
Who's the out of those two? Who's the skinny one?
um to
He's the
be
one. He's the
honest,
one who does that skit where he's like the teacher and he's calling out their names.
yes, yes,
Ron.
Ron, you done messed up, Ron. I wish I could fucking remember the names. Like my husband is the one that showed me them.
Mm.
So like I only ever see them when he's like, "Hey, they did this time," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm so bad at
You saw they
remembering
came
names
out
of
with
people."
uh was it Good Burger 2?
They did?
Yeah, it's on Peacock. You can watch it on Peacock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Good Burger 2.
Good burger.
Yeah.
Welcome to Good Burger, home
Yeah.
of the Good Burger. May I take your order? Those braids.
Oh,
Oh my
man.
god, that used to kill me when he was.
He's got them. He's wearing them in this one.
That's so
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I remember him looking at the paper and he's like, I know some of these words.
Well, the other one, he's on Saturday Night Live now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but they were Nickelodeon guys, weren't they?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were on
Yeah.
All That.
Something.
I
I
think
don't
that's
know.
what it was. I think it
Yeah.
was All That.
But do you remember when Nickelodeon had a studio down there in Orlando?
Yeah, I actually remember when we went to Universal Studios for the very first time that it was still there.
What was your
Like it still
favorite
had
show?
my favorite show on Nickelodeon. It was Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How I liked Ren and Stimpy. That's where you
Yeah.
got your taste of adult cartoon.
Yeah.
You know, especially when they zoomed in and you
Yeah,
can
it
see like
was
the
so
fucking the veins and the
gross.
hairs and shit like
Yeah,
that.
but it was Ren and Stimpy, Rocco's Modern Life,
How about your favorite?
Real Monsters.
What about your favorite game show?
Um oh my gosh, what was the temple thing? Oh my god.
I know which one you're talking
You know
about.
which one I'm talking
Do you
about?
remember Double Dare?
Yes, I remember that one.
That one was good.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was good.
The
That was good.
yeah, and you
That
man,
was that the one where they would slime people?
yo yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
You had to
Okay.
dive in and find all kinds of
Yep.
shit,
And
man.
everybody had different colored shirts.
Yeah, I think it was like
And that was
red
their
and blue
team.
or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was the shit, man.
It was kind of like what do they have now? It's called Wipeout.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It kind of reminded me of when Wipeout came out. It reminded
Well,
me of
that
some of the stuff that they did.
I think the American version of Wipeout came from there was a Japanese
Yes,
version
absolutely.
with those two guys.
Yes.
Oh my
And
god.
they would dress up in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
yes,
yeah. Looking like
those big shoulders.
they reminded me of oh god, what's that movie?
Oh
The
my gosh. What movie?
Oh, Jesus God, what is it?
Describe it to me.
Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, my kid's FaceTiming me.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, let's take this FaceTime call,
Okay.
guys. Hold on. Oh, let me FaceTime them back. Here we go. Hold on. We're FaceTiming.
Okay.
See if he answers. He just got home from school a little bit ago. He's safety
Sweet.
patrol. Hey, buddy, what's going on, man? You're live. We're doing a podcast right now.
So you know that cat that's been on like their missing poster signs?
Yeah.
Well, I think this is the cat because it followed me home from school.
Oh, yeah, that might be. I don't know. Look, did you take the poster off the
Did he
the
take
pole?
the poster off?
Oh yeah, he's a tabby cat. That's not the cat from around the corner, is it, Bud Bear?
No.
Well,
Oh, is that the cat?
I don't know. I know there's a cat like that lives up the street.
Huh.
I don't know. Give him some food. There's another garage cat for us.
Gosh.
So,
do you think this is the cat from the missing poster?
All right, buddy. Well, I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Good job.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. These kids come home with more fucking animals, man. McKenna one day comes walking home from school, and here comes this fucking cat, just trotting out, tails up in the air, going back and forth, you know. And my daughter's walking, and this cat is literally strutting its shit right behind her, and comes to the house. Yeah. I'm like, where? He's like, I don't know, Daddy. This cat just likes me. She's like the fucking cat whisperer, man. I'm telling you, man. Fucking more animals.
Oh my gosh, that's fucking crazy.
So he's got the poster. He ripped it off. He's like, Dad, that fucking
is this the cat?
Is this the cat? I don't know.
Well,
I would take a picture of the cat and send it to the number.
Yeah.
Like,
be like, hey, is this
cat?
your cat? Hold the poster next to the cat and just be like, hey, I took your poster. Is this your cat?
Shit, man. That's funny.
That's funny. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad that he was able to find it,
Yeah.
hopefully. And the cat just followed him home.
Yeah.
That's funny. You only see stuff like that in fucking cartoons. And your kids are
they're living cartoons, man.
Yes.
Oh man. But well, LaDeanna, another great week.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And I guess, guys, you listening, yeah, I'll throw some links in the bio and stuff like that. And you guys could check us out on YouTube as well. Everyday BS on YouTube and all that good stuff. And then we'll have some links in the bio for our Instagrams and everything. So
Sweet.
yeah, so talk to you next week.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.